I wanted to, first of all, appreciate the work that you're doing, and it's transforming our lives, my life. And
Also very nice in your appreciation of us, but we have to say to you, do you get it that you're the ones doing the work? You're out here in the contrast, you're out there sifting through it, you're out there launching the rockets of desire. We are all in this together, and your appreciation is truly felt by us and reflected right back to you.
thank you. I wanted to dialogue a little bit about teaching our kids to trust in their own guidance system. And I look at my daughters, and I think that they naturally do that.
Good word.
And we, as parents, meaning well, get in the way. And one of the key things you're indicating is to make a big deal when the child is in alignment.
Not so much make a big deal, but take notice, amplify it back. In other words, when you give your attention to your child in your child's moment of alignment, you amplify it. And when you ignore your child not in alignment, you de-emphasize it, which is exactly what your child's inner being is doing. So you just make it easier for them to remember. When you try to take up the slack and make them feel good anyway, then you give them less reason to reach for that alignment. Then they try to align to you and to your attention rather than to their own call of source. You see, it's a big difference. And the worst part about that is that then as you've taught them to turn over their awareness of their guidance to you, then they have to replace you with a teacher and you with a lover and you with their peer groups, where if you have at very early ages taught them to feel the truth of that which is within them, now they're prepared for any environment that they will be in. Yes.
Thank you.
And you knew all of that when you asked the question. So where did you want to go beyond that?
Thank you. As we want to, as parents, want to give them a foundation in their own guidance, how does religion play in that? Both my wife come from a Catholic upbringing, and I've also branched into more like Unity Church, and we have different preferences. And I'm wanting to reconcile.
Your wife and you have different preferences?
Well, let's say I had a different experience in the Catholic upbringing, and my mother actually pulled us out, and she started doing things like Unity Church, which are a little bit more in line with, or at least to me, in line with what you're teaching, law of attraction. And I didn't get that same message through my Catholic upbringing. And here we are, my wife and I are wanting to give them the right foundations, and we're not in a perfect alignment right now on that. And I wanted some advice on that.
Your questions dovetail so beautifully, and we like the order in which you ask them, because when it is your desire to help your children maintain their awareness of their own guidance, then the religion that most people are trying to replace that with becomes an inconsequential discussion. In other words, most people go to church to try to find direction. And when your child has consciously understood that his life is causing him to launch rockets of desire, and that his emotion guides him toward the alignment of that, so that he is often fulfilled with the energy of who he really is, then he doesn't feel that empty feeling, and then he's not looking for something outside of himself in order to find it. And it may sound odd, and we are certainly not anti-religion, but most religions actually teach getting outside of yourself for your guidance, looking to some other set of rules, looking to something other than what is within you. So they are counter to who you really are. And it's the reason that so many people are struggling within religion. And it's the reason that so many religions are warring with one another. There is very little alignment in most of those environments, while it is certainly not necessary to be out of alignment. The next thing that we want to say to you is that it is not a troubling thing for two parents to have differing views about anything. Now, we know that most people would say, most guidance counselors, most family counselors would say, it's very important that parents be unified before they begin espousing to their children, otherwise there is confusion. And we say, that would be true if you have decided that you are the guidance for your children. If you've decided that you are the guidance for your children, then you should be on the same page about the way you are guiding them. Otherwise, you will make them crazy. But since you cannot be the guidance for your children, then what possible difference does it make whether you're on different pages or not? And wouldn't it be nice if each of you were taking different paths and getting to the happy place that you both want to be? And isn't that like the real world? In other words, sometimes people will sit in the chair and they will talk about divorcing and they're worried about their children. And we say, there's nothing wrong with two parents being in two separate families, because now your child gets an up-close personal view of the way different people who they care about live their life. Nothing could give them a better basis for unconditional love. Nothing could give them a better basis of understanding that you don't have to think, in fact, you weren't born to think identical thoughts to your parents. And if your parents could get you to think identical thoughts to them, there would be no motion forward. Why do you think children are born and are so full of their own quest, their own zest for life experience? They weren't born to follow in your footsteps, so it doesn't matter if you and your partner have different footsteps. Your children weren't born to follow in your footsteps. So dance around and please yourselves, but don't worry about your children. But then, make up your mind, regardless of what anybody else is doing, and you can't control what your wife is doing, and we're not for a moment suggesting that you want to or need to. You just decide that you're going to be an example of someone who knows about your own guidance system, and that you're going to teach through the clarity of your example that by choosing thoughts on purpose, you can align to who you really are, so that you're demonstrating vitality and clarity and flexibility and stability. Let yourself be an example of connection to your child. That's the best that you can teach them. Don't try to teach them what they should want or how they should think. Demonstrate alignment, you see, because they weren't born to create exactly what you created. And so many families want their children to create and to think just like they do. And we want you to understand you are really barking up the wrong tree. You're not going to get them to think like you. They were born in a different generation. Talk about a generation gap. There is a huge vibrational difference between the generation of your parents and you. And there's a huge difference in the vibration of the generation of your children and you. You are not ever going to get your children to see the world through your eyes. They were born in a different time. Everything expanded dramatically before they reached this time and space reality, you see? What you want to impart to your children is that there is diversity in thought, and that is a good thing. Because out of diversity or difference in thought, there is always more expansion. And then demonstrate, when you have differences of opinion, how nice it is as you weigh all of the opinions, how often there is another conclusion that is made that you could not have arrived at if it were not for the difference of opinion. Don't worry about trying to guide your children through your principles. They are born with their own. You are powerful beings who have come forth with powerful, specific, deliberate intent. And not one of you said, I hope I'm born into the right family who's got it all sorted out. And I hope my parents agree completely with each other, because when I get there, I'm going to have no life experience or thoughts of my own. I'm just going to mimic completely what they have figured out. So hopefully they will have it all figured out before I get there. Not one of you said there. Every one of you said, What they're doing, how they're thinking, and who they are is irrelevant to me. They are the avenue through which I will come into this diverse environment from which desires will be born that my inner being will become, and it will be my unequivocal desire to get up to speed with who I am. And my parents, while I want to love them because my inner being does, are really irrelevant to my experience in terms of me fulfilling my reason for being. If you want to be a good example to your children, be happy. You can be busy and happy. You can be so busy that you don't have time for them and be happy and be the example that is good for them. You cannot have a thing in the world to do, and rather than be bored, be happy. Use the power of your mind to tune yourself up. In other words, here is the message that we would like to give to all parents. See the world through the eyes of Source. And as your children view you, they will be inspired to see the world through the eyes of Source. No better parenting than that. And if you're not doing it for a moment, don't freak out. Just do it as best you can. Be tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Play the tuned in, tapped in, turned on game. In other words, let everybody know that that's your intention and be real with them. When you don't feel good, don't pretend that you do, because nothing's worse for your children than to see a smile on your face and feel the vibration of disconnection. That's what confuses them and disorients them. You wouldn't be so tired of seeing the empty gas gauge that you just decide to put a happy face sticker on your gas gauge. There. That's a lot better. You want to know if your tank is empty. And so be real with your children. If you don't feel good, say to them, I'm not feeling very good. And that's because I've been thinking thoughts that don't let me feel good. And it's all up to me to get feeling better. So, excuse me, I'm just going to go think about some happy things till I get feeling better. Like what? Like, what are you going to think about? I'm just going to remember all the happy things I can think of, like the day you were born, or the day you did this, or the day you did that, or how I feel about you, or how I felt when mommy and me met, or how I feel when I see a beautiful flower. I'm just going to think of all the happy things that I can think of until I oh, I already feel better. Oh, that was easy. Oh, now what? In other words, be real with them. Be real in your disconnection, be real in your connection, but be vividly aware of how you feel and understand that that's what you're demonstrating to your children. Upstream, downstream, upstream, downstream. Tell them that.
Thank you.
There are a lot of people that find in religion many downstream feelings. It's something lovely about going to an environment where there are other sort of like-minded people. It's nice to have a community with people that you care about around you. It's nice to think thoughts of goodness. In other words, there isn't anything wrong with any religion. We just don't want you to try to find within any religion something to replace this supreme guidance that every one of you was born with. And at the heart of every religion is someone who was expressing that. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's not outside of you. He was talking about exactly the same thing. In other words, every religion, in every vernacular, at the heart of it was someone who was understanding this connection between source and physical. And while there have been a lot of different ways of saying it, at the heart of every religion is this knowing. So you could pick from any of them and find alignment, or you could pick from none of them and find alignment. The source that you reach for is not in a church. It's not in a building. It's available to you anytime, anywhere. A constant, steady, beaming signal calling you home toward who you really are.